It's time for another Soy Checkoff Check-in. Welcome. I am AgriTalk host Chip Flory. Joining me now, Steve Reinhard, Chair of the United Soybean Board. Steve, welcome back to the Soy Checkoff Check-in.
Hey, Chips. Good to be on with you.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, every year, farmers get a chance to improve on what they worked on a year ago, whether it worked or it really, needs some improvement. So what has been your experience in the planting season so far this year, Steve?
Well, so far this year, we've got about half of our beans planted and kind of sitting still. We've not moved since Friday a week ago and getting about a day or two away from heading back out there. And today's overcast and cool and had a little bit of a miss, but so far we've missed the rain. But I think tomorrow will be a definitely closer, and Thursday would be really good.
Okay, Steve, when you think about planting delays, when do you start getting worried about getting beans planted in a timely fashion?
Well, ideally, I think if we had the beans in, last week, I think that would be good. Obviously, we like to have them in as far ahead of, the end of June as possible so we can optimize that sunlight. But I think we're good. We did take our 2.0 beans out of the rotation, and we'll probably start with that 2.7 as our early bean now with a little bit delayed planting so that we can get a little more height and things on it there before it starts to bloom and go into the reproductive stage.
We're talking with USB Chair Steve Reinhard here on the Soy Checkoff Check-in. Steve, a healthy soil is a must for farmers to produce a healthy crop. What practices are you putting in place to ensure the soil on your farm remains in good shape, in tip-top shape?
Sure. So we've got 2 or 3 things that we like to do. We like the variable rate technology on fertilizer application, and we have our soils are gridded in a 1-acre grid, and that's helped us to be a little more precise in putting the fertilizer where we need it and not over applying where we don't. One of the other things we've done is start utilizing more cover crops, and this has been a challenging year to use cover crops because we've had a little bit of a tough time getting them, terminated so that we don't have them get, overly big. But we like using cover crops and we like having that living organism there in the soil all the time and pulling those nutrients up. And, we've had a lot of successes with them.
Good deal. What about on the plant breeding side, the genetics that you are using on your farm? It's really helped to improve your yield potential and to use fewer resources in the production, isn't it?
Yeah, that's always been an objective of ours. And I think with the new plant technology genetics out there, it's just been really a great thing, anywhere from being able to use less water to produce more grain. We've been able to use less nitrogen to produce more grain, and that's just been a great thing. And, the soybean checkoff supports research, using things like CRISPR technology, and we work with a lot of different research institutions. So we have new tools and stuff out there to be able to continue to develop those soybean cultivars that, we're going to plant here in the United States. And we're looking for increasing yield, enhancing protein and oil content, nutritional content. We have a great amino acid content in our soybean meal. Even we talk about pest resistance and drought and diseases. I mean, that's an important factor too. If we can keep the plants healthy, they tend to produce more.
Yeah, and producing more and doing it with lower cost, it helps to improve farmers' profit opportunities, correct?
Correct. And, that's one of the things we want to do is help prove that profit opportunity and make sure our U.S. soybean farmers are as profitable as they can be. And, with the research and development that we use the soybean checkoff dollars, to promote that plant breeding research, genomic research, as well as identification of those best management practices is all ways that we can help the U.S. soybean farmer do that.
Fantastic, Steve. Yeah, we're looking for that return, whether it comes from marketing or from the production side. And USB obviously very involved in making sure that we've got the latest and greatest technology out there in the field. Good stuff, Steve. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Chip. And if they want to learn more, they can always go to unitedsoybean.org.
Absolutely. That is Steve Reinhard, chair of the United Soybean Board. And as Steve just said, make sure that you head off to unitedsoybean.org to learn more about the Soy Checkoff. This has been the Soy Checkoff Check-in.